Hello, welcome to Moni Cooks a Lot, and today I am going to show you how to make frijoles de olla, which means pot beans. And then I'll show you, and take it a step further, also is how to make them into amazing, delicious refried beans. So this is where I start first though. So I bought 1 pound of pinto beans, and you can use black beans also. I already put them in the pot. And I use 10 to 12 cups of water. So you do not want them to burn because that's not good. So make sure you have plenty of water because you will be cooking them for a while. So 1 pound of whatever beans you want, and then 10 to 12 cups of water. And then I cut up half of a white onion and I just kind of chopped it up randomly. That goes in there, just so. And then we also have 2 tablespoons of, well, some people use vegetable shortening, some people use oil, some people use lard. So I am using vegetable oil, or actually it's called shortening, bucket of shortening that I bought. So I use that. I think it gives it a delicious flavor. And then I 4 little shakes of pepper, and my favorite thing, garlic salt. Yeah! So there you go. That is it. That is not a lot of ingredients, is it? So then you get your burner on medium. There you go. Put a top on it and let that boil. And once it starts to boil, you will lower it a little bit and let it simmer. And so for if you're using black beans, it's 4 hours. If you're using pinto beans, you boil them for 2.5 hours. And a good way to test that, a little trick, is if you use a fork and you kind of push it against the pot, and if they come out really nice and soft, you know they're ready. But usually it's 2.5 hours is right on. So I will get back to you. So how about go and try that? Hello, welcome back. So it has been 2.5 hours for my beans, and I'm going to check them. So they have a nice boil for 2.5 hours. And what you do is you get a knife or a spoon and press the beans against the pot. And if they smush nicely, you like that word smush? So if they just, almost like a putty kind of thing, then you know they're okay. You do not want hard beans. So anyways, now I let those cool off naturally. And then we make refried beans from fresh boiled beans. It's gonna be amazing. Stay tuned. Fellow chefs, Moni Cooks a Lot. This is the next phase to refried beans. My previous video was on just boiled beans, but if you don't want to do refried beans, you can just stop the video here and just concentrate on making just the boiled beans. So this is another step I have if you're interested in making refried beans. So I actually have this amazing pan that I love. It's inherited from my mother-in-law, and I love it. So it takes up both burners, which makes, and you can choose any way to cook your bacon. Some people put it in the oven, some people put it on a pan. So whatever way you like to make your bacon is up to you. So for my refried beans, which if you remember was a pound of boiled beans, I am using a pound of thick hickory smoked bacon. Once again, you can choose whatever flavor you delight. The reason we're using real bacon is that not turkey bacon, because I usually do eat turkey bacon, but for this recipe I use a hickory smoked bacon because the flavors are delightful with the refried beans. So just so you know what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to have them on the pan, watch them carefully and turn them as you want, and I wait till they're nice and crispy and then I will show you the next step. So this is your job right now. Watch your bacon and nice and crispy to your delight. And again, if you have it in the pan, whatever, it's fine. This is just the way that I'm showing you. All right, I'll check back. Welcome back, everyone. So now This has been on here for like 15 minutes. I was just watching it, make sure it doesn't burn. And you want it to be a nice brown color, not black. Anyway, so it's nicely crispy right there. And I turn off the heat and I let the bacon sit in there for a little bit because I don't want to burn my hands, because that's not fun. And make sure you have like a paper towel or a cloth, and you will be taking the bacon out and letting them drain because you don't want it to be so oily. So I'll let it sit there for that's good enough, I think. So and you can layer them if you don't want it to soak through. Like we'll probably add another piece of paper towel onto that, and it will be drain right there. And so do not touch the oil because it's really, really hot. And I let it sit there till it fully cools off. So I might want to take it off the burner to accelerate the cooling. And you will stop right there and take a break, and I'll be back. Hello, welcome back. So our next step for refried beans. I have this wonderful big pan because you do have a pound of beans, so you're gonna need a large pan for that. And it should be pretty sturdy, like a cast iron or something pretty thick, because you're gonna have some high heats going on. So we have, so some recipes you can have like vegetable shortening or lard. And here is my mom's twist. I kid you not, the flavor is amazing. So I cook the bacon, right, on the pan. And so here's my bacon. It's gonna be crumbled up, but I let the oil from the bacon sit at room temperature. You can even put it in the freezer if you want to quicken the pace. So I have a 1/3 cup of bacon grease here. It just already smells amazing. So heat up the pan, and then you place the lard inside, not the lard, sorry, the wonderful leftovers from your bacon. You heat that up, and while I'm letting that heat up, I will show you that, okay, here's my bacon from previous, right? And so I put it in a baggie and get like a mallet, a spoon, whatever is hard, and I basically crush it. So it's anger management in the kitchen. Get your emotions out on your bacon. There you go, it's nice crumble. So that is going to be for later in your refried frijoles. I will show you later how we are going to add this bacon. It's going to be amazing. And if there's some pieces that are bigger, you can maybe chop them up later, or even like use utility scissors. That always works also. So there is your bacon for later. So there are some little big chunks. I can take care of that later. Okay, so now that this is heating up, you will have, which I cut already, is 1/3 cup of white onion diced, just so. Drop that in there, and you will be stirring this, or just watch it, for approximately 8 minutes. So it will be translucent, right? So about 8 minutes, but keep an eye on it. So I will get back to you. You can already hear it sizzling. It's gonna be amazing. It smells so good in here. All right, I'll be back. Hello, welcome back. So what we have, I have a true story here. I was talking with my son, 8-year-old, right? And I wasn't watching the onion, so it got a little toasty. But you know what? It tastes really good anyways because it's kind of crispy. So I just wanted to show that I'm human also. He was distracting me, but I love the kid. So anyways, okay, so there you go. It's very hot. And now you will be adding, it says 1 clove, but I like the minced onion myself. So I'm putting in 1/4 teaspoon of onion. My mom never liked to cut the cloves of onion because it made her fingers stink. And so she taught me about how to buy the already cut garlic. Genius, I say. because it's actually the moisture. So you're gonna let that heat up a little bit. So once again, I'll show you this. It's a little jar of cut up onions. They're minced, and they have like a liquid in it, so it's not dry. So it lasts a while in your kitchen. I mean, in your fridge. So next step. Okay, there's a nice heat going on there. So all your beans, I put in a Tupperware, right? You're gonna need a slotted spoon. If you have a bigger one, it takes less time. So basically, you're gonna not put in liquid just yet. You're gonna scoop all of your frijoles. You hear that sizzle? Yes, amazing. So all your beans, a whole pound, right? And if you cut the recipe in half, that's fine too. So what you're gonna do is just carefully put it inside the pan, and make sure you be careful because the pan is really hot, because it dances up and burns your hands. Yes, I have done that also. I have learned a lot in my cooking years. So okay, so go ahead and do that. You will place all your beans with a slotted spoon, so don't add liquid yet, that's later. And you'll be doing this until you'll be stirring it, and you're gonna see like a ridge around the pan that looks kind of like hard. And then you're gonna know if they're ready. Like it becomes like a thin little crust around the edge, and you're gonna see that. And I'll show you. I'll get back to you. Okay, hold on. Hello. So now I've been boiling the beans a little bit. Now is when you need your masher, whatever you want, potato masher, any kind of masher, or even fork, a big fork. So now you gently push down on the beans, and you know, this is a preference also. Some people like it really mushy. Some people like it a little bit of the beans showing. Some people like it, it's really preference. Some people like it really watery. Some people like it pasty. Goodness sakes. I just make it and then hopefully they like it, right? So I gently, well, this isn't really gently, is it? It's kind of just making it, as it sizzles, it's gonna get more like of a dense texture. So right now it's kind of watery, and sometimes if there's too much moisture or water in there, I do empty it. And so just so you know, people that I have cooked for like it with some beans not mush. So that's just a preference. You can do whatever you want. Just remember, this is fresh, not canned refried beans. Okay, I want that sit. Welcome back. So look at this. Woo. So it's a nice, beautiful. I want to burn my hand. Sorry. I wanted to show you this. If you can see, it's like sizzling. So that's when you know it is at a good consistency. I think I've been doing this for like 5 or 6 minutes. I want to make sure it doesn't burn there. So now there's the magic. So as you notice, I actually had this bean broth or the bean juice. I didn't even use it because I was noticing that it already had a really good consistency to it. So here you go. You will add your beautiful bacon that you already had made. 1 pound per 1 pound. Next is beautiful seasonings. You know I love that. So here we go with the shakes. 5. I will write it down. I'm so sorry. That looks like probably a tablespoon of oregano. This is my favorite thing also. Chipotle roasted garlic. It adds an amazing flavor. That looks like 1 tablespoon also. I usually go on the 1 tablespoon part. So salt, and once again, according to your taste. My peeps don't like it too spicy, so I don't use chilies. Some people do use chilies. So you mix that up, like so. That bacon is gonna make it taste amazing. Next is, some people don't like it, I do. So I do. I have 2 cups in here, but I kind of eyeball it. So what do we got? That's 1 cup of cheese. 1 cup of cheese, I believe is, and you know, if people want more, they'll put more. And last, I put, this is 1/2 cup of cilantro. It's nice, freshly cut, which gives it a delightful flavor. Look at that. There we go. Your refried beans are done. And of course, you need to get your chips out, right? From the stove. Not the stove, the oven. All right, there you go. Refried beans. Enjoy. Yes.